Good evening everyone, my name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class, The Map and Sites. This is the 14th class. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to it so that whenever the new classes come, you are notified. By the way, these classes premiere on every Sunday at 8 p.m. So make sure you watch it because this is an innovation to make sure that you know the mapping sections, specifically from the perspective of UPSC examination prelims. And these are the various things that we have to cover today, various events. Many of you have answered the last practice question correctly. By the end of this class, I will pronounce your names and I will give you another practice question to solve. Alright, so let's begin. But before that, I would like to suggest that please do subscribe to my Telegram channel as well. Because here you will find all the PDFs that are important from the perspective of this examination. This is Pooja Dwivedi UPSC, the PDF section. And if you have any queries regarding this examination, you can also talk to me on my Instagram, follow me on Threads. So these are the following pairs and we have to see how many of these pairs are correct. Kosrae, Australia, Kampala, Sudan, Phone Pay, Argentina, Zanzibar, Ethiopia. So let's see first about Phone Pay is actually in the Federated States of Micronesia and so is Kosrae. So that makes both these statements, both these pairs, this one and this one to be incorrect. Kampala is actually the capital of Uganda and North Sudan, and if we talk about the last one, that is Zanzibar. Zanzibar belongs to Tanzania and here it was written, I guess, Ethiopia. So none are correct. Okay, moving on to the next one. This next question is with respect to the Gaza Strip. From the Gaza Strip, at the beginning of the Operation Al-Aqsa flood, 5,000 rockets were launched against certain regions in Israel, and now Israel is at war. I have already got that particular section completed. You can watch that class on StudyIQ itself, StudyIQ IAS English. Alright, so all the crossings of Gaza Strip are under the control of Israel. The Gaza Strip shares a border with Egypt, Israel and Lebanon. So what do we have to see? Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1, 2, both 1 and 2 and neither 1 nor 2. This is Israel and this is the Gaza Strip. And here is the West Bank. And here are the different regions of Israel. This is Israel. Alright, and as you can see, the Gaza Strip has a border with Israel, the Mediterranean Sea and Egypt, but not Lebanon. Okay, so that makes the second statement to be incorrect. If we talk about the crossings are given over here. This is the crossing that I am talking about. There is a Rafah crossing and there is an Erez crossing. Erez crossing and one more crossing is there. That is under the complete control of Israel. This is an airtight region. That means the region is completely in control of Israel. The airways, the waterways, but the de facto ruler is the Hamas, which has been designated as a terrorist organization by many countries, including the USA, after they started, conducting suicide bomb attacks. And now many countries are also supporting the Hamas, such as Iran and Turkey. Even Hezbollah has now come in support of Hamas. Also, we have to keep in mind, during the 2020 war as well, Hezbollah used to give a lot of help to the Hamas. Now, Hezbollah is again involved. In 2021, the war lasted for 11 days. We have to see what about this particular war. Okay, so first statement is not correct because here it is written, all the crossings of the Gaza Strip are under the control of Israel, but Rafah crossing is under the control of Egypt. So first is incorrect, second is also incorrect, neither 1 nor 2 will be the correct answer. We have also seen videos that the Iron Dome shield of Israel is intercepting the missiles that have been launched by the Hamas. How does it work? Whenever a rocket is fired, that is an enemy rocket, that is intercepted through the radar system, and the control system basically looks at what are the impacts of this enemy missile. Then in return, launcher fires the missile to intercept, and this explodes while this entire city is shielded through these attacks. This system works only when the missiles are being launched at inhabited areas. In those areas, if the missiles are being launched in certain areas where inhabitants are not there, then Iron Dome shield will not work. Alright, so I hope you understood it. Moving on, consider the following ports: Zonguldak, Batumi, Burgas, Sochi. How many of the ports given above are situated in the Black Sea? The Black Sea in the news because of the current war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine. So what happens that Sevastopol in Crimea is a stronghold of Russian Black Sea Fleet. But recently, this particular fleet has been bombarded by Ukrainian drones and other long-range cruise missiles. So Russia had to take out the Black Sea Fleet and post it in several other ports, including one port in Abkhazia. A naval base is also being developed in Abkhazia. I have a question with respect to Abkhazia as well. I have also completed this class. You can watch it on StudyIQ IAS English. So Sevastopol, from here, the fleet has been moved to Novorossiysk, which is a port in Russia. Similarly, there is a port by the name of Sochi that is situated on the Black Sea. Then Zonguldak is a port in Turkey and it is situated on the Black Sea. Bulgaria has a port by the name of Burgas, and we of course know Odessa of Ukraine. So how many have been there? One more, Batumi. Here is Batumi. Okay. So what means that 1, 2, 3, 4? All the ports that have been mentioned are actually situated here. All 4 will be the correct answer. All 4. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Consider the following pairs. Catalonia, breakaway region from Italy. Abkhazia from Georgia. Somaliland, Somalia. So what do we have to see? How many pairs given above is or are correct? I talked about that there are certain breakaway regions in the world that we have to know about. Abkhazia was in the news because Russia wants to develop a naval base. It has already signed a treaty with Abkhazia, which is a breakaway region of Georgia. Here is Abkhazia. It is a breakaway region of Georgia, and even South Ossetia is there. In 2008, Russia designated these 2 regions of Georgia, which have broken away, called themselves independent from Georgia, as independent. That means Russia sees them as different nations, but India doesn't, and there are many countries who do not. Of course, whenever there is a thing about bilateral issue, this is a bilateral issue between Georgia, Abkhazia, Georgia and South Ossetia. So that is why India doesn't want to be involved. So Abkhazia, here Russia will have a naval base so that it can also situate the ships from the Black Sea Fleet in this region. Alright, so Catalonia here, it is a breakaway region of Spain. Then we talk about Abkhazia, and here is Somaliland, which calls itself independent from Somalia. So that makes Catalonia to be correct. Catalonia should be in Spain. First is incorrect. Second is correct. Third is correct. 2 and 3. 2 only will be the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following countries. Benin, Mauritania, Gambia, Burkina Faso. How many of the above share a border with Senegal? 1 only, 2 only, 3 only or 4? So here is Senegal. Senegal is blocking certain regions here so that ships from Europe cannot come. And Senegal shares a border with Mauritania over here. Here is Mali. Then we have Guinea. Then we have Guinea-Bissau. And inside there is one country of Senegal that is completely bounded. That is the Gambia. Alright. So Benin is not going to be one of our answers. The Gambia will be there. Mauritania and not Burkina Faso. So first and fourth are incorrect. Second and third are correct. 2 only will be the correct answer. Alright. From west to east, arrange the following Caribbean countries in the correct order. Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica. Jamaica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti. Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica. Then Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic. So the correct answer to this question would be from west to east we have to go. First we will have Cuba. Okay. Then we have Jamaica. Then Haiti and finally Dominican Republic. Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic. That means fourth, option D will be correct over here. Let's move ahead. With respect to Maldives, we have to consider the statements. The island of Maldives are straddled between the equator. The parts of the country lie both in the southern and the northern hemisphere. That means they are divided by equator. It is Asia's smallest country and the atolls are composed of live coral reef and sandbar. So, how many of the statements given above is or are correct? If we talk about the Maldives, yes, as you can see, equator is passing through and the Addu atoll lies to the south of it. That means it's dispersed both in the northern and the southern hemisphere. Okay, so first statement is correct. It is, yes, Asia's smallest country. Here is Maldives. That is also correct. And it is composed of sandbars and coral reef. So that makes the first, second and third. All 3 statements are correct. All 3 will be the correct answer. Moving on. Lake Lonak, recently seen in the news, lies in Sikkim, we know that, but where? Northwest Sikkim, northeast Sikkim, southwest Sikkim, and southeast Sikkim. Southwest and southeast Sikkim. So let us see. Here is the Lonak River, and here is Lake Lonak. Lake Lonak is basically situated at the windward side of the Himalayas. That makes it possible to block a huge moisturized cloud. And when the cloud got hit by the peaks over here, what happens that the cloud started shedding the rain through precipitation, and hence cloudburst. Basically, Lake Lonak is a glacial lake. That means it is situated on the top of a glacier. And as the glaciers are continuously melting, it is getting bigger and bigger in size. And because it is dammed through a moraine are basically a debris which has been brought down by the glaciers. And when these moraines get overwhelmed by the increasing amount of water, this lake has flooded, and because of that there is an outburst. So that means it's a glacial lake outburst flood that has created a situation in Sikkim like a deluge. All right, so it is situated, as you can see, northwest Sikkim, so you have to remember that. All right, moving on. This is comparatively new sanctuary area in Goa. It is located in the northern part of the state near the village of Valpoi. The formation of this sanctuary makes Goa the only state in the country that protects the entire area of the Western Ghat that falls within the state. That means the entire Western Ghat, whatever is situated here, it is protected by this particular sanctuary. This sanctuary is known for the recent spotting of the Bengal tiger within its grounds, and there is a proposal to make it into a Project Tiger Reserve. So, which of the following wildlife sanctuaries we are referring to? We are through and through referring to Mahadevi Wildlife Sanctuary. There are issues which the state government is running into. So how to make it a tiger reserve? NTC is working through it. Here is the Mahadevi Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, and it is to the north of the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary. All right, so that makes A to be the correct answer. Now we have to match the wildlife sanctuaries to the state they are reserved in or situated in. Deepor Bill, Arunachal Pradesh. Nagzira Wildlife Sanctuary, Tamil Nadu. Holungapar Gibbon Sanctuary, Assam. So how many of the pairs given above are correct? If we talk about Navegaon Nagzira National Park, it is in Maharashtra. So that makes the second to be incorrect. Then Holungapar Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary is situated in Assam. And so is Deepor Bill. Okay. So that makes the first pair to be incorrect. Third is correct. Second is incorrect. One only will be the correct answer. Now please look at this question and answer it correctly so that I can take your names in the upcoming class. Which of the following countries has inaugurated the Southeast Asia's first high-speed railway, a key project under China's BRI? Now I have to take the names of those students who have answered my last question correctly. Please stay with me for a moment. The last question should be none, and Ria has answered it correctly. Thank you, Ria. Shubham has answered it correctly. Shubham has also given us, the information about these states. Very well done. Then we have Priya Darshan. Thank you. Omkar, Preeti, Simran, Manish, Rishabh. Thank you so much for answering the last question. Answer this question as well.